So originally we were gonna do another anecdote video, but this event is over in just over 6 days. So I thought we'd probably knock out a couple more parts. Yay! I'm sorry if I sound very low energy. I am quite low energy right now. I've had quite a day. So I'm a bit low energy right now. A bit low energy. My head isn't all there. It's great. But we're gonna do. I'm not gonna say how many parts we're gonna do. 2, 3. It won't be more than 3. I'll be honest. But we did the first 3 in the last video. So, anyways, anyways, anyways. So we're not gonna be able to finish this event, as you can tell already. But we're certainly gonna give it a good opening try. And give it a couple more minutes or hour of our time. Okay, so we did that. It's time for this. Ladies, gentlemen, people, part 4, music of the era. Amazing. Ooh.
Oh, the dust in here. What, are we inside some kind of vacuum cleaner?
Close enough.
Is that why you always wear that fish tank on your head?
Familiar with Regulus's quirks, Ulrich opts for the most efficient form of communication. None. ...
What's got you so quiet? Pulling the strong and silent act now?
Here we are.
Ooh. Laplace's launch site, Cronula. The site has been utterly neglected. Dust and debris litter every corner of it. Ooh. A fancy environment, I must say. Look at that. It does seem like crash site. It does. It does seem like a nice little crash site over here.
Here? As in...
The Laplace launch site in Sydney. We've collaborated with the Foundation and the Space Agency for various projects here.
Thanks for the heads up. I almost thought we just barged into some rock star's house.
It will actually take another 2 years before this place becomes an official launch site.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, right. We're basically living in the past.
I visited various launch sites to verify the photos. Guiana Space Center, Placid's Cosmodrome. Then, I found this place.
Oh.
Most of its archives were lost in the storm, but a small portion of the early records survived. I left them here with the rest of the files I compiled.
Papers scatter into the air as he rummages through the files.
Damn it! Where did they go?
Won't go. The fair fluid tremors in his tank.
Huh.
What?
So, does this mean we can all go home now?
Well, he's trying to look for something, so...
Absolutely not. All right, new task. Stay put and don't touch anything. I need to find those files.
Fine.
As Ulrich makes his exit, Regulus scans the room, a glint growing behind her eyes.
Oh, amazing! An old military base. Mysterious photos. This is going to be juicy. No chance Ulrich is stopping this rockin' pirate from going after treasure. I mean, very, very important files. The hunt is on. Ha ha! Let's start with what's on this table.
The clicking and clattering of rummaging fills the air, like a string of cheerful musical notes.
La 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 da. I almost forgot. Can't go treasure hunting without some music to rock out to.
We're rocking? Yo, rocking? Turning the knob, she powers up the amplifier.
Woohoo!
The world belongs to rock. Fair enough. Vibrations reach Ulrich, causing the fair fluid to ripple. Even the desk is trembling.
Damn it! I forgot forgot to tell her to keep quiet.
Ah, shit, critters. The screech of a bird pierces through the pumping music.
What's happening? Is this an earthquake?
A few agile black shadows leap around to the upper part of the observation desk. The tremor is free and note pinned to the wall, and it flutters down to the ground. The handwriting is all too familiar. Investigators report multiple tripodeer attacks on humans have occurred in the area. They seem to regard the abandoned facility as their territory, attacking any intruders. Remember, keep your movements quiet.
Ah, crap. This is the note I wrote last time I was here.
Ah, shit. The ferrofluid ripples violently. Well, you didn't put in a good enough place, my dude. That's your own fault.
Regulus, turn off that speaker, now!
Oh. Regulus is too immersed in her treasure-seeking to hear him. God damn it. Oh, shit. A glob of dark green sludge shoots down from above, Ulrich darts aside, narrowly avoiding the attack.
For fuck's sake! I knew I should have upgraded my memo module!
He looks to the observation deck. There is Regulus, gleefully twisting to the music.
Calm down, Ulrich. You're a leader. It's part of your job to clean up after your team.
He looks over the priceless equipment around him and sighs before ducking through the emergency exit. Oh shit. That's a fucking flashbang. Oh my god, my eyes. My eyes. The Trepiders follow in hot pursuit. Yeah, he's making a run for it. Smart boy. Or being. I don't know. Yeah, we're going with this. This is our duo. This is our duo, guys. Let's go.
helium fill your pulmonary lobe.
Woo!
The show is over, but the loneliness persists.
But you're still gorgeous. Oh, shit. Electricity. Ulrich sends a current through the electronic components around him, creating cacophony of sounds that sends the Tripodero scattering.
Flux! Flux! Finally it's over.
Ulrich stuffs the last piece of damaged equipment into the recovery bin. Then he climbs back through the window. He's visibly drained. Regulus.
Relax. Don't overheat. You'll have to get used to this if you want to be a good leader.
Regulus bounces lightly into the room.
Ulrich! Look what I found!
She waves her treasure, a hefty stack of documents signed in bold by Ulrich himself.
Where's my round of applause? If you're even half a leader, you'll fight your hardest to get a decent salary for such an outstanding employee as myself.
She shoots him a triumphant wink.
Sure.
She doesn't know what she's done. She doesn't know.
Just one more thing. Scientist to scientist.
Of course, Regulus, of course. What is that? Regulus gestures towards the still sparking machine beside Ulrich.
You made some pretty cool electronic music in that battle. Didn't know you had it in you.
Oh, damn. Oh, fuck. Ulrich lets out a deep sigh, deciding to avoid any further arguments with his team member.
Here are all the files related to the satellite. Look them over, Regulus.
Do
Cool.
we have to go through all this right now? Why? Is there some even more juicy stuff in them?
For you, it might be. The satellite carries a variety of arcane items. Space seeds, dragon tree resin compasses, obsidian crystals, WFPCs, astronomical spectrometers. Even its power source is an arcane record player. We've made a list
Ooh.
of everything that was on it so we can test them against the artificial storm. The satellite is an archive of the wisdom of the entire human race. It somehow survived multiple storms.
What are you gonna do with it?
Sadly, a lack of maintenance caused it to plummet to the Earth.
So somewhere on Earth?
It crashed in your time, in 1966.
Regulus's sunglasses slide off her face, but she doesn't even notice. She grabs the stack of documents and flips to the last page. Mr. Apple! The telescope officially crashed in 2007 in Aldeburgh, England. All onboard instruments were destroyed. Recovery failed. Regular Space Telescope Project report as above.
The telescope project was named after a record that was on the satellite, which also happens to share your name.
Regulus.
There's Mr. Apple in there. Regulus holds her backpack tightly to her chest, its pockets full of treasures. She flips through a series of documents, her hands trembling. Finally, she finds the treasure she's looking for. A record identically to the one depicted in the document. It's from 1966 Elderberry Crater Music Festival, an accident from the past, and her all-time favorite.
My little thing. It was the record on the satellite.
It looks like Mr. Apple, both hands.
Yes, that's the one. Wow, you've kept it in great shape.
So, this is the key to braving the storm.
It might be, among several other options.
I get it. That's why you wanted me on the storm research team.
Not just that. I've read the Apeiron Island reports. You demonstrated some serious talent with the series puzzle in that cave. And you've faced more storms than the majority of the Laplace staff. We're not working together for a couple of research papers. This is about the survival of everything on Earth. We need all the help we can get, including yours.
Regulus falls into an uncharacteristic silence.
In fact, Laplace even held a meeting with the Foundation to discuss borrowing your record. The Foundation suggested we apply for an item transfer order under the Artificial Storm Project and let the timekeeper take over the matter. Some of my colleagues told me that, according to LSCC regulations, lending assets to the center is mandatory for all staff.
The frequency of this ferrofluid vibration is chaotic, like some kind of unsolvable cipher.
But... Alright. Let me be honest with you. I'm not comfortable with taking your record by force. It's yours after all. It's your choice what you do with it. So, here I am. Not as your leader, but as myself. Hoping we can find a solution that works for both of us.
I like the music in the background. Trying to amp him up. And Regulus is giving nothing. I love that.
Has anyone ever told you that you're terrible at negotiations?
Ah, damn it. I knew it wouldn't be easy.
This is Regulus we're talking about. He angrily knocks his tank with his fist. He's so close to the record he's been searching for. The ferrofluid ripples into a subtle arc.
Go ahead, Mr. Ulrich. Take it.
Oh, really?
Before I change my mind.
Regulus's expression has never been so serious. Well, of course, this is about one of her little babies.
You're willingly giving it over to the Artificial Storm Project?
His carefully prepared arguments vanish in a moment.
For a cause even greater than rock music? Absolutely. But just to be clear, I'm only lending it to Laplace. You have to give it back when you're done. It's the only copy in the world and the future centerpiece of the Regulus Museum.
Thank you, Researcher Regulus. Thank you so much.
Remember, you gotta give it back to her. You gotta give it back to her.
I was gearing up for a much tougher talk. I even applied for additional funding and a month's leave to offer you as leverage. Well, I suppose I won't have to use it after all.
Don't say that now. Regulus freeze.
What?
You fucked yourself over, mate. It's okay, Regulus. It's okay. Oh, nighttime. The suitcase is in its usual harmony. Its occupants go about their business, each busying themselves in their own little worlds.
Timekeeper!
Sonetto?
Sonetto, what's the rush? I just wanted to remind you that our vacation in Australia is over. If you need any help packing, please let me know.
I'm all good, Sonetto. She wipes the sweat from her forehead, then she remembers something.
Oh, and I have something for you.
She hands over a colourful piece of paper.
Huh?
Aww. Free breeze.
Regulus asked me to pass these out. She won them at a sail-away party.
It's a really interesting poster, I must say.
She said they're highly valuable, the finest choice for any collection, if I recall correctly. Looks like an ordinary flyer to me. I've already inspected them. They're just advertisements with a handwritten signature in the corner, and some completely over-the-top promises. Regulus told me it's a trick that advertisers use. They use fancy words to catch people's eyes and make it seem more grand.
That is true, they do.
Phrases like, an opulent odyssey upon the boundless sea, tour the illustrious Pacific coast, a veritable feast of harmonic reverie, rare and fortuitous seasonal discount, and facilities unimaginable in their splendor. What's this on the back? Nor happiness, nor harmony, nor fame. Nor pride, nor strength, nor skill in arms or arts.
Oh shit. Those familiar words hit like a tidal wave. Oh shit! Flashback moment! Oh my god, it's from... Oh god. Burson's first proper experience to the storm.
Before a cruel whip. Man who man would be. Must rule the empire of himself. In it, must be supreme. Establishing his throne. On vanquished will, quelling the challenges of hopes and fears. Being himself alone.
Oh god. That was a sad fucking chapter, whatever. Oh god, that was a sad chapter. She recoils in shock. The flyer falls to the ground.
Is everything alright, Timekeeper?
This is a poem she once knew intimately. Once that had been held by countless young hands, flowed gently through equally young voices. In the tree hollow, in the square, in the outdoors.
Sonetto, change of plan. We need to contact the Foundation. Now.
Something going on. Keep continued. To be continued. Yeah. Hello. This is a couple days after the first part that you saw. It's Good Friday, the Friday before Easter, so the time you guys watch this, it'll be a late happy Easter to everyone who celebrates. I personally don't, but I did make some Easter themed treats, so that's my contribution. But yeah, hello. I'm still very tired. I do need to, we're only gonna do 2 parts to this video, and I'm so sorry. I was hoping for 3, but 2, what I did say 2 was gonna be the limit. I'm doing this right before I head to work, so we're gonna do this real quick. And it'll be out this week. Probably the shortest reverse 1999 video, but no, part 5, the day we set sail. I'm not sure if it said we set sail, but hey. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Ah, yes, my least favorite. Hello. It's that scene from that one chapter. Foundation Admin Office.
May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with
May
us.
the peace be with us, my friend.
Oh, friends are we now. Constantine gives a slight nod as she peers into the shadows.
Xeno has been restored to its usual state. Aside from Igor's ardent supporters, the rest of the Xeno soldiers and officers were unaware of his betrayal. Just as we expected.
Just as anybody expected, to be honest.
Admiral Igor's funeral has been held as planned, one that befits his rank and status. All relevant personnel remained in South America for the ceremony, as per Xeno's funeral regulations. We're in the process of selecting a new admiral. I'll provide you with a candidate list shortly. Additionally, we've dispatched an investigative team to Tierra del Fuego to search for Igor.
Very well. What about the girl?
She pauses.
The girl. Are you referring to Lopera?
Lopera.
Her emotions have stabilized, so we've decided to leave her in South America for the moment. Of course, she'll be put through the necessary investigations as circumstances dictate.
Keep a close eye on her.
Okay, Mr. President.
Oh, and that little singing bird?
Singing bird? Oh, you're talking about, Thingy-majig. I forgot her name. I forgot her name, god damn it. The siren. Constantine takes a step closer, lowering her voice.
Xeno is quite upset about our decision regarding Miss Kimberly. They're insisting she undergoes a more thorough investigation.
Oh, we've changed officers.
I feared that if we gave too much pushback, they would take a more extreme stance in response. So I agreed.
Those soldiers never budge.
Of course, Xeno agreed that the investigation would be done under the supervision of the Foundation.
Good.
If nothing else comes up, she will be put into the Timekeeper's team and granted the same rights as the other members.
Good. Don't keep Vertin waiting too long.
The Xeno piece has landed safely. Constantine gives an internal sigh of relief.
There's more. Madam Z has received word from the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper suspects Manus Vindictae is active again in Sydney Harbor. They're likely on board a cruise ship named Free Breeze. This would explain why our field investigators have been having difficulties with their tasks. Manus has covered their tracks carefully this time.
Where's the cruise bound for?
That's still unclear, sir. However, Moth just reported in confirming that the ship has passed the Oceania Islands.
Moth? Ooh. We have little spies?
An interesting development.
He sounds like an old gent, man. Like, damn. He sounds like, so there are these kids movies. These festive kid movies. I'm not sure if this generation knows. I can't personally name any because I can't fucking remember. But there really is like festive kids movies that people had, and they always had this sort of like narrators. They open the book to tell you the story of these festive times and why you should always be morally good. I don't fucking know. And he sounds like one of those narrators. He sounds like one of those narrators, one of those old men who sit on a chair by a fucking fireplace and opens a book to tell you the story of, I don't know, a fucking talking snowman. Like, that's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like.
Indeed.
Constantine's tone carries an imperceptible trace of pride.
We're making excellent progress. That's good. Assign a new mission to Vertin.
No, he sounds like Bob Ross. Bob Ross.
You mean to send them on that cruise?
We can't keep her under our wing forever.
Understood.
The conference room falls silent once more. Amidst the layered marble pillars, a flash of white flits past the window. A white dove lands on the president's hand and gently pecks at his palm.
What brings you all the way over here, old friend?
He lowers his head, allowing the bird to nuzzle his fingertips.
Oh.
I think it's a talking bird. He sounds like one of those old men. I fucking find it funny. Sounds like one of those old men. I'm making fun of the president. I'm sorry. I'm making fun of him. I'm sorry. He's such a stereotypical old man. I fucking... The white dove takes wing, flitting away once more.
So, Laplace has requested the Foundation's assistance with the Artificial Storm Project?
Sure.
Yes. Ulrich is overseeing the project and has requested as much asymmetrical nuclide R as we can spare. He's also requested our help in determining the most suitable location for the experiment. I have several in mind that should meet his needs.
Constantine involuntarily pauses for a moment.
The location closest to Laplace's Australian branch is on the sea. Right where the Freebreeze cruise ship happens to be.
I see where you're going.
However, I do have concerns about how this might disrupt our current plans against Manus Vindictae.
Regardless, Laplace will have our full support for the Artificial Storm Project.
Unexpected determination.
But Moth's status still remains unclear. If we proceed too hastily, we might jeopardize the situation.
Her fleeting hesitation catches the president's attention.
I thought you'd have foreseen something like this. A few pieces must be sacrificed. If you're to win the game, you know that better than anyone, don't you?
Is this also the Pax House's decision?
You have my word on it.
I see. I'll inform the Timekeeper and Ulrich of their missions.
Thank you. I look forward to their meeting.
I look forward to their meeting. Oh man. Hello? Are we gonna need Madame Z? Storm Research Group.
We meet again, Timekeeper.
Oh.
Pleasure's mine, Mr. Ulrich. I've heard good things about your work with Regulus.
Frankly, I was surprised by how selfless, passionate, and forward-looking she is. I'm truly grateful to have someone like her on my team.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if the volume is loud. Oh, it was very loud. I am so sorry, everyone. I realized this 8 minutes into this clip. The ferrofluid is remarkably stable. Clearly, this is a sincere statement. I'm sorry if that was too loud. I have, like, one of my earphones are on my head at the moment, but they're not connected to my device, so I can't hear the game through them. But I am partially wearing my earphones, and it is muting the sound, so I couldn't really tell how loud the game was. Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
The situation on the Freebreeze is still unclear. We don't know how many Manus Vindictae followers might be on board. Our plan is to board the cruise
Hopefully
as
I was
ordinary
loud enough.
passengers. Regulus said she's made acquaintance with a crew member and has made sure to alter our profiles so we don't attract any unwanted attention.
That's good to hear. So Regulus didn't use her money for her own amusement after all.
After muttering to himself, Ulrich returns to the task at hand.
We should stagger our boarding times. I'll reach out if I spot any signs of Manus Vindictae. Let's stay in touch. See you on board.
Yes, sir. Ulrich gives a reassuring pat on the shoulder.
Mr. Ulrich, we're more than happy to assist with your mission.
Oh, no. Please don't trouble yourself. Sorry, don't get me wrong. I'd appreciate your help were the circumstances different, but the experiment is still confidential.
I like Mr.
Please
Ulrich.
don't mention it to anyone. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary risks or interference.
I like Mr.
On the
Ulrich.
cruise ship, we are but strangers.
I see.
Don't you worry. I have a little disguise for myself too.
If I do tier list on Reverse 1999 NPCs, he's gonna be up there. He's gonna be up there in the higher tiers. Madame Z will definitely be up there in the higher tiers. I mean, come on, I have to. Constantine will be at the bottom tiers, because I don't like her. To be continued. I'm sorry. I'll miss you, Spathadia, Ezra, and Miss Desert, Flannel, and all of Australia too. But most of all, I'll miss my holidays. I'll miss you heaps. Come on over for a proper goodbye hug, friends. Couldn't ask for better mates. Alright, easy, love. Hands off the hair. I've still got to head out and sell the last copies of Allure's Pass Unveiled and snagging tickets for dummies. Please take care, Captain. This apple hopes the issue in the optical laboratory will be dealt with by the time you return. This is all for the funding, Chief Mate, so it looks like we have no choice but to say our farewells. No need to get too sentimental. You'll all be reunited soon enough. There are joint seminars hosted by Laplace all years around. Oh really? That is good to know. Of course. All you need to do is download a form from the Voice of Laplace part of the forum and head over to your team lead. After it's improved, HR will put you in the queue before. Oh please no, I don't want any of this bureaucratic rubbish ruining my farewell memories. Okay, say... What? I think it's better if we part ways now. If we stand here hugging for too long, we might end up drawing a crowd. And that's the end of our gang. The Allure gang. Complete. You can say more. Oh. Miss Barcarola. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't allow this lady to board the ship. Why not? All our guests have paid for their trip in full, and their professions and reasons for boarding fully comply with the ship's regulations. Not everyone's profession meets the regulations. Let's take a look at Miss Regulus's self-introduction. An alchemist scholar from the renowned research institute Laplace. A true heir to the spirit of rock. And a pirate who once dominated all the radio frequencies along the River Thames. Miss Barcarola, you might not know this, but back in the 60s there was a pirate rocker who went by the very same name. She broadcasted illegally on the Thames, took pleasure in antagonizing legal broadcasters and record labels, and was eventually shut down by the government. Although the UK government's warrant against this pirate has been lifted, if this is the same person inviting her aboard could affect the good reputation of the Free Breeze. I've met Miss Regulus myself. There's no way she's the same person. She's far too young to have lived through the 60s. She could be a copycat. What if she mimics her idol's outrageous actions on the high seas? She wouldn't do such a thing. I'm surprised you'd be so quick to defend her. Don't you know that those pirate rockers made a mockery of true musicians like you? Why are you standing up for her? I've witnessed her passion for music firsthand. She's not mocking anyone. I'm not sure why she chose that name, but that's no reason to judge her so prematurely. If you're still worried, Captain, I promise to keep an eye on her. I'll make sure she doesn't get up to any mischief in the broadcast room, or anything else you're concerned about. If she does something that harms the good name of Free Breeze, then you may throw me overboard along with her in my crackling box. Quite the fire from our star performer. Fine, if you're really willing to put that much trust in her, I won't press any further. And there's no need to worry about the broadcast room. I'm sure it'll be fine. And that's it. That's it. Should we do one more? One more. One more. One more. That's it. That's it. One more part. One more. Part 6. As home fades. Hello, Mimi. Oh, hello. Hello. The main hall is packed with passengers. Their wines sway slightly, emitting an enchanting luster in the beautiful familiar melody. Girls weave their way carefully through the excited crowd like a school of nimble fish. The passengers nod politely to the girl at the front.
Miss Barcarola, at last you've graced us with your presence. Henry and I were just having a little wager on whether we'd see our musical star outside the spotlight. Looks like he'll be buying me the next round of whiskey, eh?
What accent is that? German?
Ah, well bet, signore. Allow me to pour you the first glass. How do you like your whiskey? On the rocks, perhaps?
She's gorgeous. I love her design.
Indeed. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, my dear. Probably German, right?
Over here, Mom. It's Miss Barcarola.
Barcarola! That's Australian.
Last time I saw her, she performed an entire symphony all by herself. She was the whole orchestra. I've never seen anything like it. It's good to see you again, my little friend.
The woman beside her turns around and lovingly pats the boy on the head.
Miss Barcarola, what a pleasure. I've heard so much about you.
Ah,
My
that's
child
proper
hasn't
Australian.
stopped talking about you since you spoke to him about the didgeridoo at Sydney Harbour. He was so excited by it that he begged us to bring one on board.
How lovely. The didgeridoo truly is an enchanting instrument. It's so resonant, don't you think? It almost feels like it's echoing from the depths of the earth itself. I've actually been experimenting with playing it alongside my crackling box. It's a wonderful match with the tin whistle and kalimba, and I'm sure a number of other instruments too.
As she speaks, Barcarola eyes sparkle with enthusiasm. The admiration surrounding her is so bright that it almost blinds the tourists standing nearby. Luckily, she's wearing sunglasses. Oh, look at her! She looks gorgeous! Look at her! She looks absolutely stunning. I'm gonna put that back.
Looks like she's pretty popular too. Too? Have you forgotten, Sonetto? You're also looking at a popular public figure yourself. One that had half of London hunting. Cheering for her. Ah, the bittersweet burden of fame. ...
Their attention is quickly turned to a quiet corner of the ship. There's a group of people dressed in brightly colored clothes. Crowns made of leaves and flowers adorn their heads, and their bronze skin is glowing under the warm lights. They stand in a circle, occasionally glancing around, the shells on their chests clinking together melodiously.
That group over there seems unusually uptight.
Having absorbed all the adoration of the people around her, Barcarola makes her way over. She certainly wouldn't overlook the curiosity of any of her guests.
Oh, those are the captain's special guests. They're from one of the Oceania archipelagos. Nukuteao, I believe. They're probably just a bit nervous. I imagine they don't often find themselves among so many foreigners.
After handling the small matter at hand, Barcarola hurriedly called away by the distant voices of our guests.
Nukuteao. I read about it in a history of arcane ethnicity back in the SPDM. It's a remote place, and its people hold a special kind of shell at the center of their beliefs. They've rarely made contact with the outside world. It's often been described as a peaceful paradise. I also read that the Nukutai almost never leave their homeland. Why are they here?
Their hushed conversation clearly meets the ears of the nearby Nukutai. One young boy strides forward, his chest puffed up in indignation.
The Nukutai will never abandon our homeland. Just wait. We'll find our way back when the new era comes.
The new era.
Though in a foreign accent, these words sound all too familiar.
That's enough. Tutu told us not to talk with outsiders.
An equally young girl stands protectively in front of the boy.
But Someone had to tell them the truth.
I apologize. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I was just curious.
Well, next time, keep your mouth shut. What could you possibly know about the Nukutai?
The boy looks about ready to explode. Noticing the outburst, Barcalola breaks away from the other guests and hurries over.
Please, everyone, no fighting. I'm Barcarola, the musical director. Is there anything I can help you with? I'll do all I can to ensure everyone has a pleasant experience.
Before she can reach them, a crisp collision of shells stops Barcarola in her tracks.
What's going on? What do you want?
Her voice holds no restraint in its hostility.
Tutu! Salone, Toa, stay back! These outsiders can be dangerous. Dangerous? Have you never heard of me before?
Fututu looks Barcalola over, eyeing the peculiar wooden contraption by her side. No. Suppressing her curiosity about this unique object, she stays her gaze once more.
Whoever you are, I ask that you leave us in peace. You...
Barcarola is lost for words. Clearly, her status as a musical star has made her unaccustomed to such remarks. Ignoring the now flushed girl before her, Fututu and the other Nukutai retreat back to the corner. Well, that wasn't a good first impression, I'm gonna be honest.
Tutu, think the tides you came. I wasn't sure what to do.
So are we going to take Miss Grace's offer or not? She promised it would bring our islands back.
Toa casts a fierce glare at Fututu.
Enough, Toa. These outsiders don't need to know why we're here. And stop mentioning Miss Grace. Could draw unwanted attention.
But what's there to hide? There's no shame in wanting our home back. If we don't stand with Miss Grace, we'll lose Nukuteao forever.
I want to go home too. Probably more than anyone. I already miss Melly's red coral reefs, blue sea, and canoe races. We'll get through this, Toa. I promise we'll be neighbors again. Picking breadfruit and coconut flowers together. But before we accept Miss Grace's offer, there's a few things that need to be made clear. And remember, none of these passengers are to blame for what happened to our home. Okay?
But Miss Grace has offered us a way home. We'll have our islands back, just as they were. Our promised land.
We will go home, Salome. Trust me. I just need to figure out a few things first. Starting with this wonderful new era she keeps talking about.
Okay. And we're not going to know what that is because we're not finishing this event story. It's sad. Oh, hello, Miss Grace.
You seem a little on edge, Chief Kamuta.
Kamuta is pacing back and forth in the cabin.
Miss Grace, how much longer do we have to wait for this new era to come? Many of our people have never left Nukuteao before. We're struggling to adjust. Some have even fallen sick. We can't stay adrift on the sea like this much longer.
Of course they are sick. They've come in contact with people that they've never come in contact with before. Like, come on. Actually, they have. They have had travelers come to their island, but they haven't had this degree of interaction with a bunch of people from different places. This probably is a shock to their system.
Our spirits are low. The shells of some of my people have begun to crack.
He lowers his head to the faintly glowing shell in his palm. They radiate warmth.
Not everyone is strong enough to endure this journey. Please, Miss Grace, you have to help us.
While it pains me to hear this, the journey must go on. You have nowhere to return to after all. We still have some space below deck. You can use it to store your people's bodies should they die.
Her gaze remains fixed on the crystalline shells in Kamuta's hand.
That's not exactly what we're asking for. Please show us another way. Help us like you did when you foresaw the destruction of Melly. I beg of you.
Grace tilts her head, glimmer of intrigue on her face as she observes the pained expression on Kamuta's face.
I've already shown you a way, haven't I?
Some pressure swells in his chest. The sticky black liquid silently drips onto his skin.
You mean joining the Manus?
I fucking knew it. Don't trust her.
But the Nukutai haven't had a conflict with anyone for centuries. That's why we hid ourselves away from the world. Difficult to persuade my people to do this. All we want is for our people to return to familiar soil, to feel our spirits at home. Nothing more.
But Melly is already gone.
Yes, but that doesn't mean we should take revenge on the outside world. It was an act of the sea itself. It would be unjust to blame anyone for it.
What about the torpedo test sites designated over Malaga and Vaipuna? Aren't there people who should answer for that?
It was probably just a mistake. The area they chose was far from the main islands of Nukuteao, and hardly anyone fishes there. They may not have realized that my people lived there.
And the oil spill? The wastewater discharge? Were all those fish killed by pollution also just an act of the sea?
Please, we're not looking for conflict.
Of course you're not. After all, they've only stolen everything you've ever held dear.
Her voice drops abruptly, her next words delivered with the lightness of a feather.
And arrogantly assumed every inch of this planet is theirs to exploit. War is inevitable, whether you want it or not, Nukutai.
Gently pushes the mask forward. Its dark presence is unavoidable.
But if you join us, you will have an invaluable ally. Time.
Grace glances at her pocket watch before slipping it lightly into her
The
pocket.
window is closing. The sifting is about to begin.
Both a prompt and a prophecy. The spirit shells around Kamuta's neck burns. They cling to his chest as they twist with
Has
ferocity.
it really come to this? To revenge?
His eyes flash up to the jagged mask on the table. Darker tendrils extend from it, groping at the air in silent invitation. His spirit shells are almost scorching.
Oh no. It's quite the opposite. It's salvation.
The cracks. To be continued. And that's going to be all we're going to do of this event story. That's what we're going to be doing of the event story, and I'm so sorry for that. They haven't for this one, but they have rerun event stories before, as that's how I finished the Nightmare in the Woods one. I forgot the name of it. Nightmare on Green Lakes. Because that's how I finished that event story. So if this comes around, I might actually pick it up again. Because it's giving an interesting premise. The first 6 parts were very intriguing. There's a mystery there. Some things. Why do they need the Nukute people? Who knows? Anyways, that's gonna be it for this for now. I hope you guys enjoy. Yay! Next week will probably be an anecdote week. Because I'm not sure what event is gonna be next, actually. because I don't think it's main story in the next update. If it is main story, then I'll do the main story, but if it isn't, I think we're going to do anecdote. Another anecdote. But yeah, till then, bye-bye!